Hey, and welcome to the Winning Daily Show. We're here for April 25th, and what a Sunday it is. We are loaded with Major League Baseball, soccer, some NBA, the last of the tennis in Belgrade and Barcelona, and then the big race in Talladega, the Geico 500. We got a whole lot of bets to get into on that one, but we got a whole lot of bets overall today. Let's start out on Major League Baseball, and we're going to take the Baltimore Orioles plus 118 versus the Oakland Athletics. And the Oakland Athletics are on a run. Let me tell you, they have won, I believe, 13 straight games. So, we're going against them here, and if they're going to lose a game, it might be with Baltimore's only all-star, John Means on the hill. So we're going to take this at plus 118 against the Oakland Athletics and hope maybe they cool off a little bit here and finally get a loss after that slow start to the season. They've been red hot. So let's see if they go down today with Means on the hill for the Baltimore Orioles at plus 118. Next up, we're going to take the Kansas City Royals and Danny Duffy minus the 126 versus the Detroit Tigers and Michael Fulmer. Really like Kansas City here. They've been playing really good baseball. Really surprising how good a baseball they've been playing in this division. With the Twins not playing quite as well. The White Sox been a little hot and cold, and Cleveland sort of just being a little hot and cold as well. The Royals have been pretty steady, and with their best pitcher on the hill and Danny Duffy going against this poor Tigers outfit, it is Michael Fulmer, who's probably the Detroit Tigers' best pitcher. But I really like Danny Duffy here and the minus 126. So Kansas City Royals minus 126 today. Next up, we're going to go with the Dodgers-Padres matchup. We've been red hot on this matchup all week long. Hit the winner in each game of this one. We're going to go with the San Diego Padres to get that win back that they blew yesterday. We're going to ride Musgrove in the plus 108 versus Dustin May and the Dodgers here today. Just think the Padres bounced back. The Dodgers really should have lost that game yesterday, came away with the win. I think the Padres will come into this one and be ready to win this game and win this series overall, and really like Musgrove, who's been really good for the Padres overall, including that no-hitter at plus 108. Really good value there versus theoretically the worst pitcher on the Dodgers staff right now in Dustin May. Now, that's not saying stuff because I think he'd be a 1 or a 2 for a whole lot of these Major League Baseball teams out here. So we're going to go with the Padres and Musgrove at the plus 108 today. And then lastly, we're going to have an over-under in Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees versus Cleveland Indians. We had a big-time pitching matchup yesterday. Today, I think we're going to get a whole lot of hitting and a whole lot of command issues with both McKenzie and Talion on the hill. So Yankees, Indians, we like the over the 8 on that one right there. Next up, we'll head into the soccer world. We'll start out in the Premier League. Really want to watch that Leeds-Man United game, but couldn't find a good way to bet it. So we're going to skip the Leeds-Man United game and just watch it for the sheer enjoyment, one, of just watching Leeds, and see if that game can open up and we get a really entertaining game coming up. It'll be interesting to see how Man United deals with Man City coming up, and then also their Europa League matchup. So be interesting to see what team they choose as well in that matchup. But we're going to go with the other game in the EPL. We're going to ride Aston Villa at the plus 105 here. Just did not like the way West Brom looked on Thursday. They're playing another short schedule. They played Saturday, Thursday, and Sunday, and this team looked worn out. They got beat up really good by Leicester. Villa needs a win here. Tough loss during the week. I think they'll bounce back here. Still no Grealish for them, but they look to be sort of finding their legs without Grealish. So let's see if Villa can get a win. Really like this price at plus 105. So going to ride Aston Villa on the three-way here at plus 105. And then speaking of Premier League teams, we're going to ride in the Carabao Cup, the final here, Man City versus Tottenham. I really wanted to take Tottenham here, but I just don't know if they can really win this game. So we're going to do two things in this game. We're going to have Man City and Tottenham both to score. Minus 110, really like that value. Tottenham has found ways to score on Man City and beat them in the last couple of years with this very same team. So I think this will be a little bit of a shootout game, even with the sort of new style that Man City's played. There have been some cracks in that defense lately, so let's see if Tottenham can break through, open this game up, especially in a sort of a cup final like this. Let's see if we can get that both teams to score, Man City versus Tottenham here. And then we're going to have Heung-min Son to score a goal at plus 250. He should have gotten 2 goals over the games over the week, but Mora was just offsides in a really, really tough call. And then he got the penalty, which was really, really nice. But I look for Heung-min Son to score here. He's really, really scored well versus Man City. So I look for that to continue. And I really like the value at plus 250 for Heung-min Son to score a goal here. So let's see if Sonny can get one against Man City here, get behind that back line. So Sonny to score at plus 250, Man City, Tottenham both to score at minus 110. We got one Serie A game to take today. Cagliari really in a fight to sort of stay out of the regulation zone. Benvenuto lost again today, so this game doesn't totally become mandatory. And I just like Roma at plus 140. Roma's made their whole season on really beating up these lower tier teams. They did look awful versus Atlanta during the week. At Atlanta probably should have scored 4 or 5 goals before they got that red card. They couldn't find a way, missed their opportunity, and then as it always does, Roma found a goal late and tied that thing up. So to get a point out of that is really, really something. But I look for the trend with Roma to continue here, where they beat up on the lower tier of Serie A, definitely so. So Roma plus 140 on the 3-way, I think is really, really good value. Next up, we're going to go to La Liga and two big-time Spanish teams matching up here. Athletic Bilbao plus the half goal at minus 110 versus Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico Madrid has bounced back since we really stopped writing them and having us cost us money, but I'm not sure it's for real. They've played 2 weaker La Liga teams. Now they step back up in competition today with Atletico Bilbao. So really, really think Atletico Bilbao will give them a bit of a matchup. So like this, getting a half goal, even money here at plus 110. We're going to see if Atletico Madrid really is back to playing in their top form, or they just scored a couple victories over some really, really low-level La Liga competition. So Athletic Bilbao plus a half goal, minus 110. And then we're going to go to Liga. There's some really, really good matchups in Liga today, but this one I'm going to make a pick on. Really, it is not one of them. Laurent versus Bordeaux. Really troubling news out of Bordeaux, and we're going to try to take a little bit of an advantage of it. These two teams sit just above the regulation zone, right next to each other. They've both been playing really, really poor soccer of late, but with Bordeaux going into administration, I just think this might be one Laurent could steal here at the plus 115. Now, I would be scared of a draw here, especially on the 3-way, but I'm just going to ride it, and if it's a really bad, like 0-0 draw, I think you just sort of take it, but I like Laurent getting plus 115 versus Boudreaux here today. And then the big matchup in Liga, Lyon versus Lille. This should be a great matchup. I think Lyon's coming on here, and they might have a little bit of say on who's going to win this Liga title. PSG jumped up to take that top spot after not being there and Lille being on top for a while. Lyon and Monaco have been sort of really pushing in there. It'll be really, really interesting to see who comes out on this race. But I just love the way Lyon's been playing. So we're going to take Lyon plus the 110 on the three-way versus Lille here and see if Lyon can make that push to see if they can get on top of that Liga title. All right, out of the soccer and onto the hardwood, into the NBA. We're going to take two games today. We're going to start with the Indiana Pacers, -5.5 versus the Orlando Magic. Really like the Indiana Pacers here. I think this will be really good value. Steve Clifford just got COVID. Who knows what's going on with that Magic team? They get killed every night anyway. They're clearly in complete shutdown and tank mode. And even with this Pacers team, which has really, really been disappointing almost for the last 2/3 of the season, but really this last half of the season, I think they should cover this pretty easy and cover the -5.5. All right, on to the Milwaukee Bucks at -6.5 versus the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I usually don't like taking teams playing on back-to-back as favorites, but the Atlanta Hawks have injuries. The Bucks cruised to a pretty easy victory yesterday. Giannis only played about 24 minutes, so they should be able to go in here and really, really put it on the Atlanta Hawks as well as they did on the Philadelphia 76ers last night, albeit without Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But this is where I think Milwaukee maybe starts to make a little bit of a push and blow a handful of these teams out as they start to get into playoff mode. So Milwaukee Bucks -6.5 versus the Atlanta Hawks. All right, let's go to the two finals in the tennis. On the men's side of things, we're going in Belgrade. We're going to keep riding our Aslan Krastev -120 versus Matteo Berrettini. We took him in round one, and then he ended up riding his whole way in there. We probably should have taken him more and more. We had been riding Aslan a whole lot. He's really, really played well. Ended up defeating Novak Djokovic yesterday. We didn't even need the spread, which we took, but we're going to ride Aslan and take him to beat up on Matteo today and the -120. And then in Barcelona, we got a big-time matchup with Stefanos Tsitsipas versus Rafael Nadal. And really like Tsitsipas getting the +3.5, -125 here. I know Nadal has blown past everybody, but he really has not played anybody even close to the level of Tsitsipas here. So I look for this to be a pretty big close, tough, tight match here. So I really do like the 3.5 for Stefanos Tsitsipas. All right, let's get into the big race at Talladega tonight. We're going to get into our top 10s and then our top 5s and then our winner bets. Let's start out with our guys we like in the top 10. We're going to start out with Austin Dillon here. Austin Dillon has had some success here at the Talladega racetrack. Really, really like him overall here at Talladega. I think he's poised to finish in here. He had in 2019 number 6 finish. He had a number 12 finish going back to last year in the fall. So I think this is really, really poised. And he's had 4 races on the year. He's had 3 top 10s, 1 top 5. So I think he's really, really poised to make a move here and finish in that top 10. I really do like overall his value in the top 10 at -115. So let's take Austin Dillon top 10 at -115. And the other one, another top 10 I really, really like, and I almost wanted to put him in my top 5, is Tyler Reddick, who's also had 3 top 10 finishes this year, 1 top 5 in his 9 races. But I really, really like the way he looked at Talladega in October. He had started at the 30th spot, ended up finishing 7th in that race. So he's run the Talladega track twice, 2 top 20 finishes, 1 top 10 finish. So there might be a little bit of sleeper status with Tyler Reddick. I couldn't quite pull the trigger on him to go top 5 or maybe the really, really long shot in to win it. But I do think there's really good value in Tyler Reddick today in the top 10, getting decent value at minus 175. And my last top 10 choice, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. At minus 250. Ricky has a long good history at that track. The only hesitancy here is he's really, really had a pretty poor season. Only one top 10 finish in his 9 races this year. But his average finish has not been too bad this year. But overall, at this price, it's a little bit tough to go. Average finish this year is at 13:11, so he's just outside that top 10 and on a track that he's really, really comfortable on. He won this race in 2017. He has numerous top 10 finishes. Basically, when he doesn't have a wreck, he finishes in the top 10. In June 2022, he finished second in this race. Then he finished a 9th in 2019. He had an accident, and then he ran 2 clean races, had a 3rd and a 5th. And we talked about the one in May 7th that he won, and he had a 5th before that. So basically, if he's able to run clean, he's probably going to finish in the top 10 here. So I really, really like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the top 10. I just haven't liked the way he's raced so far this year. And so we're only making him a top 10 bet. All right, let's get into her, guys. We're taking William Bryan to finish in the top 10 and the top 5 here. The top 10 is minus 200 for William Bryan, and plus 250 to finish in the top 5. We found really good money on William Bryan last week. I look for that to continue this week. I know his average finish has not been all that great this year, but he's been getting better and better. He has 7 top 10 finishes this year, 2 top 5s, and 1 win. So other than the race that he bounced out, which is what is really hurting that average finish stat here this year, he has been really, really solid. He looked really, really good last week. And if you look at him at Talladega, other than that accident race, he's gotten better and better each race. He started in 2018. He finished a 29th, then a 20th, a 21st. Then we talked about that accident where he finished 33rd. And then last year in 2020, he ran an 11th, and then he made a 4th in the fall race at Talladega. So he's just been improving week to week this season and year to year at Talladega. So I really, really do like William Bryan here. I think that's really good value to get him on the top 10. And I really do like that top 5 at plus 250. I think there's great value there. We're going to go with Denny Hamlin. Easy money on the top 10, though you won't make much at the minus 600. And it's pretty easy money at the top 5 at minus 120. If you need me to give you stats on Denny Hamlin, you haven't been watching racing too much this year. He's pretty much finished in the top 5 in every race other than the one race where he wrecked out. So I think Denny Hamlin does not need to be going into, but we'll go from those into our winners. And we got 3 guys we liked on the winner side of things. We're going to go with Eric Almirola, who's had a terrible year, but we think this racetrack really will suit him really, really well. And I think there's a really good value in Eric Almirola here today. We're going to look at him in the top 10 at minus 250. Good value there. And then top 5 getting 2-1 to finish in the top 5 at plus 200. And then winner value at plus 1,600. So I really, really do like Eric Almirola. Now, the things against Eric, he's only had 1 top 10 finish this year. So he's really, really struggled. But this is a track he really, really likes. You can watch him when he doesn't wreck. Once again, he finished 3rd in June of 2022, 4th in 2019 in the fall, 9th in 2019 in the spring. He won this race in October in 2018, a 7th, a 5th, a 4th, an 8th, and then he had an accident. Basically, if he's running since about 2016 in this race and he finishes it clean, he's clearly going to finish in the top 10, and there is a very, very solid bet that he finishes in the top 5. And you got to win in there. So he knows this track. He's been able to win on this track. So despite his really, really poor season so far, maybe this is the one where he finally breaks out. All right, the next one we're going with on the winner side of things is Ryan Blaney, top 10 at minus 400. I think that's pretty easy money. So you win a couple dollars to cover some of these winner and top 5 bets to see if you can get them. At top 5, this is what I really, really like. Top 5, you're getting plus 130 with Ryan Blaney here, and winner, you're getting 10 to 1. And Ryan Blaney been on a really good run this season. Top 4, he's had top 10, he's had 4 top 10 finishes this year, 2 top 5s, and 1 win on the season. And this is a pretty good track for him. He's won back-to-back races on this track here in October and June. Now, he did have an accident in the fall race of last year, but if you go back to all the spring start, he won this race from a 12 start, and then he won it in the also in the fall from the year before at a number 9 spot. He has a 4th place finish here, a 9th and 11th. So he can really, really run well on this track. There are a couple bad results in here, but I think you're getting really good value for him, especially in the top 5 there. So I really, really I like Ryan Blaney here. And then we got one really big long shot that we're going to ride at Talladega today, and that's Ryan Preece. Now, top 10 value at minus 115. Really, really do like that. And the top 5 at plus 450. Now, you don't necessarily have to take winner here because I don't know if he can win this track, but if you've watched him race recently, he's been really, really solid. His racer rating is not quite what you want it to be, but his finishes are where you want it to be. And so I put a little on the winner value here at plus 35 to 1. Maybe that long shot gets in there. Maybe there's a big wreck. He finds his way through, and then we're racing with a lower set of racers on there, and Ryan Preece comes out on top. But Ryan Preece, I really, really do like here. At this racetrack. Now, he's had 2 top 10 finishes this year, but this is where I like him here on this racetrack. In his first start at Talladega, he went from the 30 spot and finished at number 3 in April of 2019. Then he has an 18, a 15th, and then in the fall of last year, he started from the 25 spot and finished 10th. So he's shown that he can run this track and run it well. So for a long shot like this, I really, really do like him. He's had 2 top 10 finishes at Talladega in his 4 races here, and all 4 finishes have been in the top 20. So he'll be there in contention, and I think he can make a move here. So I really, really do like the long shot Ryan Preece if you're looking for long shot value here on the day. A couple head-to-heads. We mentioned about William Bryan and how much we like him. He's getting plus money versus Kurt Busch here. I have not liked the way Kurt Busch has run all season long. Now, this is a much better suited track for Kurt Busch, but I think it's just as well suited for William Bryan, and him getting plus 110, I think really, really is good value here. So I'm taking the head-to-head of William Bryan at plus 110 over Kurt Busch. Next up, we're taking William Bryan at plus 190 versus Joey Logano. I did not love Joey Logano's stats here. I haven't loved the way he's raced here, so I think the almost 2 to 1 in the head-to-head matchup here, really good value for William Bryan. Now, the head-to-head that I probably like the best here is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at almost even money at minus 115 versus Bubba Wallace. If you look at Bubba Wallace, he's really struggled at Talladega. I know he likes that Daytona track, but he has not been as good on the Talladega track. So I think this is just really, really easy money, especially getting even odds here. I don't know how long that'll last. I'm guessing money will pour in on Ricky as the day gets longer and longer. But Ricky Stenhouse at minus 115 over Bubba Wallace here on the head-to-head, I really like. And the last one I like, it's a little bit more inflated on the things, but Eric Almirola at minus 175 versus Charlie Bell. I'm taking Eric Almirola camera roll on that. Pretty easy on the day. And overall, we're going to go with, I don't know if it's going to win, but I think the value is too good to pass up here, especially with a couple of the drivers you get. So we're going to take Team Penske winning car plus 375 on the day. So a whole lot of NASCAR bets at Talladega on the day. Full slate on the Sunday. So be sure to follow us on greenlightnetwork.org, Greenlight Network on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe to our show, and you will not miss any of our content. Be sure to watch our Oscars show. We give our picks for the Oscars there and our best bets with Reader Sima and Dr. M. Sage. You can find me, Champ Chesterfield, on GLN Champ 5 on Twitter and Instagram. That's our show. May the odds be ever in your favor, and we're out.